Hello tout le monde! Aujourd'hui, comme j'ai promis la dernière fois, j'ai décidé de faire une vidéo réaction. Parce que comme je l'ai dit avant, ça tombe tellement à point nommé que je ne peux pas laisser passer cette occasion. J'ai déjà mentionné plusieurs fois le travail de Delzethin sur cette chaîne, et pour cause, je l'adore. De toutes mes influences pour Super Smash Bros Delirium, c'est lui qui m'inspire le plus. Sauf qu'il a sorti 2 vidéos récemment que je n'ai pas regardées. L'un est un moveset pour les Octolings de Splatoon, que je n'ai pas regardé parce que, je le dis tout de suite, un jour je ferai un moveset sur un Octoling aussi. Quant à l'autre, c'est un nouvel épisode de sa série de Moveset Remake où il refait des movesets de combattants déjà présents dans Smash Bros. Et le dernier épisode était sur Donkey Kong. Là, vous vous en doutez, si je n'ai pas regardé cette vidéo, c'est à cause du dernier épisode de la rubrique chipotage qui est sorti. Mais maintenant que j'ai enfin sorti cette vidéo, pourquoi je devrais me retenir? J'ai décidé d'enfin regarder cette vidéo et je vais la comparer à ce que j'ai fait moi. Évidemment, dans un but purement ludique. Sur ce, allons-y!
We've seen all kinds of ideas go into Smash Bros. Movesets. Designs meant to capture the feel of a character, whether directly or in spirit, references to their source material, even creating entirely new mechanics specifically for one fighter. But with us nearly 25 years in now, some of the series' oldest movesets are starting to show their age, including one in particular. Donkey Kong was added to Smash 64 to be the game's token big heavyweight, and his moveset was built around that. But fast forward to now when we have several other heavies around, and the Big 8 feels increasingly dated with a moveset that hasn't changed since Melee. But what if we could create a blueprint for how the next Smash game could retool DK's moveset for the better? With the right changes and new additions, we can overhaul his design to help him feel truer to himself and make him
On va voir ce que ça donne.
at the same time. So without further ado, let's remake it.
C'est sympa le nouveau jingle, enfin jingle, le nouveau catchphrase plutôt. Bon. Oui, évidemment, là il commence souvent par les détails esthétiques, donc là c'est pas si grave. On va voir ce que ça donne, c'est surtout la partie sur les attaques spéciales qui m'intéresse, mais on va voir ce que ça donne. Moi c'est vrai qu'il est bien niveau costume.
DK may need updating elsewhere, but visuals are not one of the problems. That said, I wouldn't mind if the devs tweaked his orange alt to lock in a nod to Lanky Kong, or give the white alt a blue tie to look like Super Kong from Returns.
C'est pas bête ça, ouais.
Contentious part. Do we update DK's voice? He's had a particular vocal style since the GameCube era, but Smash has always gone with more generic animal noises. He's not the only character whose voice work feels dated, but unlike, say, Bowser, I've seen mixed opinions from fans on whether they want DK's voice changed. Ultimately, I think it would be best to update his voice lines.
Ouais, aussi, d'accord.
Some people are worried a cartoonier voice wouldn't fit him, but the noises he makes now also aren't very in character. He's not some dumb animal. He's intelligent enough to operate a TV and radio, drive a go-kart, and understand the rules of all the sports.
Ouais, ça aussi, c'est toujours eu un problème avec la voix.
Carefully from Tropical Freeze or other recent / upcoming DK games, so he feels like himself without getting too over the top.
Ouais, c'est vrai que ce serait important de faire en sorte qu'il soit lui-même sans que ce soit trop, sans que ça clash trop, vous voyez.
Does DK's fighting style need to change much? Not really. He's one
Ouais,
of
non.
the archetypical platform fighter grapplers, and it's completely in character with how often he lifts and throws heavy objects in his games. He may not have a big scary command grab.
Ouais, c'est vrai que comparé à Ganondorf et Samus, ce moveset avait un des aspects qui avait le moins de besoin de changement d'un point de vue gameplay dans l'ensemble. Ça va surtout être les détails qui vont suivre. Et on va voir ce que ça... Donc, Donkey Kong a une bonne base, c'est juste vraiment d'autres détails. Enfin, c'est sur d'autres détails que ça repose. Ah, excusez-moi. Je regrette déjà.
far as stats go, a lot of them can stay as they are. DK doesn't need a total overhaul here, just smart changes in the right places. His walk speed, airspeed, and fall speed are left intact, and when he already has the 10th fastest walk and is tied for 13th fastest airspeed, that's totally fine. He's also as big and powerful as ever, and with kinda limited combo routes. His advantage state's still built around conditioning and making big plays by reading his opponents, and he's still prone to getting comboed really hard when he takes a hit. However, some key changes can better highlight DK's strengths and tone down certain weaknesses that are more crippling than they need to be. Small buffs to his run speed, now 25th fastest, and initial dash, now 14th best, give him snappier movement and a bigger immediate threat range. Increased gravity, a stat that determines how fast a fighter reaches their max velocity when jumping or falling, should also give him that weightiness.
Ouais, c'est aussi un autre aspect des vidéos de Delzethin, c'est je comprends un peu mieux les histoires de stats. C'est pas encore tout à fait, j'ai pas encore tout capté, mais au moins j'ai enfin, il m'aide à mieux comprendre.
But thanks to a total revamp of his specials, DK's recovery is an Achilles heel no more. It still has flaws, but he can get back safely more often now. You'll see how in a bit. But I did have to keep those buffs in check somehow, and I might or might not have committed sacrilege by taking 2 points off DK's weight to make him slightly lighter than DDD. Don't worry, he's still the 4th heaviest in the game, but he might lose stocks a few % earlier now than before. I promise the other stuff he got makes this little weight reduction worth it.
Ouais, en même temps, 2 points.
Alright, now for the fun part. How do we change DK's moveset for the better? Starting with his most basic attacks, the answer is less overhaul and more build on what's there. His jab combo starts with a left hook like before, but now the second hit is changed from an uppercut to a right hook to keep his foes in place, and he finishes with that kick that used to be his dash attack before Smash 4.
Ah, ok.
Decent for a heavy, but this new third hit deals more total damage and
Ok, donc il rajoute pour commencer, il rajoute un 3e coup à son direct. Pourquoi pas? Ouais, non, son... Ok, donc là aussi, ça va se jouer sur des détails. Il réduit le temps qu'il met une attaque à se finir.
His up tilt plays off the same idea. The base animation is fine, but it's a little too laggy to do its job better. Lop a few frames off the end, and we have a legit anti-air. The loss of end lag could also turn it into a combo move at low percents, while remaining a backup kill move at high percents. Hope that's not too much. We can keep DK's down tilt as is. It's a fast, low attack with a chance to make people trip, setting up easy follow-ups or big tech chases. By the way, do you know all these moves apparently have official names in Japanese? I borrowed some, altered others to sound better, and came up with a few new names entirely. Anyway,
Ah, c'est sympa ça.
Dash attack is also staying because, duh, it already took until Smash 4 to get his main attack from DKC into his moveset. Why would I throw that out? In fact, we can add a little something to it. Using it now gives DK a small burst of speed that lets him cover extra distance. This is how his role usually works in his games, and it makes the move even better as a burst punish / eventual kill option.
Ah, pourquoi pas.
DK smash attacks, where we're sticking to the tweak but not replace plan.
Ouais, ses attaques smash sont les mêmes. Enfin, attaque smash avant et haut, ouais. Attends, une minute, je fais pause. Qu'est-ce qui... je répète.
We're sticking to the tweak but not replace plan. The forward smash he's had since Melee can stay, and we can add something to this too. A smaller version of the shockwave that appears when he claps in Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. We could even put a new sour spot hitbox on the shockwave.
Ah! Ok, alors je vais expliquer. Il a repris... Alors j'admets que j'avais pensé à ces idées pour intégrer les ondes de choc de Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. J'ai beaucoup hésité et en fait j'avais pensé ça, enfin intégrer ça en une attaque spéciale neutre parce que je trouvais que il y avait des moyens d'en faire une attaque spéciale intéressante. Mais en faire une sorte de, comme il appelle, un sour spot. En gros, un sour spot dans une attaque, c'est quand c'est là où une attaque fait le moins mal en fait. Vous comprenez. Mais en faire un sour spot, ce serait peut-être pas une si mauvaise idée que ça. Ah, j'admets, j'aime bien. On va voir le reste.
For DK's up smash, take the same concept and
Et
turn
pareil
it
pour
into
l'attaque smash
freeze.
haut.
If we were
Ouais.
to go with the put a sour spot on the jungle beat shockwave thing, I could see it being bigger on this one, so it calls out aerial movement better. Then for DK's down smash, wait a minute, what the hell? Yep, his old down smash is now his down smash. DK
Il a fait son attaque, il a fait de son attaque spéciale bas, la grosse baffe, son attaque smash bas. Ah, pourquoi pas? C'est vrai que ça colle. C'est vrai que ça colle mieux comme ça. Mais moi j'aimais bien comme ça, donc j'avais pas ajouté. Mais bon.
This thing's a legit kill move now. Imagine getting tripped by his down tilt and having to hope he doesn't read your gap with this thing. You can't keep slapping the ground indefinitely anymore, but if you charge this move at least halfway, he slaps the ground 4 times instead of 2.
Ok, donc il a augmenté le... Plus ça charge, plus il frappe. Pourquoi pas. Ah, une attaque en roulade pour l'attaque spéciale neutre. L'attaque aérienne neutre. Ah. Pourquoi pas.
This one change already makes DK's disadvantage state less terrible. He's still vulnerable when trying to land or when stuck in shield, but now he's not so utterly helpless. The rest of the aerials are doing the same base animation but with helpful updates. DK's forward
Ouais, les mêmes que les mêmes attaques aériennes. Faut dire, ce serait un sacrilège de s'en débarrasser.
Make it less situational. Slightly bigger hitboxes and reduced landing lag make it less wildly unsafe to throw out, giving it niche use in neutral situations, not unlike Cloud's forward air. DK's back air, we don't need to mess with. It's been one of the best in all of Smash for 3 games and counting, and it's already a key part of his game plan with its ability to space, combo, edge guard, kill late, wash your car, do your tax.
Il a dit, c'est une attaque très importante pour edgeguarder, maintenir à distance, laver votre voiture, remplir vos taxes. Ok, elle est pas mal celle-là. Bon.
The hitbox on the headbutt is smaller than you'd think and could be made bigger or stronger. For comparison, Bowser's up air is about the same size but hits harder, while Charizard's has a huge
Augmenter la hitbox de l'attaque aérienne. Oh, ok. Et accélérer l'attaque aérienne bas. Ok. Ouais, non, faut... Ouais, les saisies.
His pummel to be more on brand. Instead of his current awkward chop, we can have him make a fist with his free hand and bonk his opponent with it. Could even give him a cheeky grin during the animation so he knows he's just messing with him. DK's throws are... Wait a minute, the hell is going on here? Instead of his cargo throw, DK's new throw imitates his throwing animation from Donkey Kong Country.
Ah, ok, donc là il a changé le... Je pense savoir où il va en venir là. Ok. Ah non, ok. Il en fait son attaque. Ok, ouais, c'est vrai que c'est mieux comme ça. En gros, il a fait sa saisie où il transporte, où Donkey Kong peut transporter ses adversaires, son lancer haut.
Up to set up his famous ding-dong combo, which still won't work at kill percents unless Smash 6 starts allowing more kill confirms off grabs again,
okay.
And down forces low recoveries. You can also throw people at the underside of the stage and hope lag makes them miss the tech if you want to be that guy on quick play. Oh, and his down throw is still around. We could give
toujours la même attaque.
Extra hang time after
toujours le même lancer bas.
Leaves him in the air after the animation is done. Alter the knockback angle to put them right by him at low percents, and he could follow it.
Ok, là je suis curieux de ce que ça va être la nouvelle attaque spéciale bas.
Let's wrap this up with a few taunts. DK's current set is perfectly fine, but the right voice clips could make them even better. The one where he beats his chest could throw in a redone version of the he does in Donkey Kong Country. His side taunt could end the shake-off with a confident grin and a redone version of his from DK 64, and his down taunt could be even funnier if his VA hammed it up as much as possible to emphasize his utter confusion over whatever the hell just happened.
Re-salut tout le monde, comme vous pouvez le voir, j'ai apporté un petit moment de pause dans la vidéo. On peut appeler ça une entracte à proprement parler, oui, mais je doute qu'il y ait des gens qui veulent en profiter pour aller chercher des boissons ou de la nourriture. Mais bon, si je fais cette pause, c'est pour revenir sur un sujet précis. Sa proposition d'ajouter les ondes de choc de Jungle Beat pour ses attaques Smash. Alors j'avais dit que j'avais eu l'idée pour ça aussi, et j'avais abandonné l'idée parce que ça m'avait l'air trop pété, mais pas pour les mêmes raisons que Delzethin évoquait. Voyez-vous, Donkey Kong Jungle Beat a deux versions, une version sur GameCube qui se joue avec une manette en forme de bongo, et un remake sur Wii qui fait partie d'une gamme qui s'appelait New Play Control. Or, c'est à cette version que j'ai joué là. Et les ondes de choc ont vraiment une apparence très différente d'un jeu à l'autre. Et donc quand je pense aux ondes de choc de ce jeu, je pense à celles de la version Wii qui sont bleues et très épaisses, là où celles de la version GameCube sont beaucoup plus fines et de couleurs différentes. Résultat, faire Dead Dead Sour Spot au final, c'est pas une si mauvaise idée en fin de compte. Même si Delzethin lui-même a des doutes là-dessus, mais moi, je suis preneur. Bon, l'entracte est fini, retour à la vidéo. Voyons voir les attaques spéciales. Ah! Ok, donc... Ok, donc il a rechangé le coup de poing géant, comment? Oh!
Uncharged, 2 levels of partial charge, and fully charged, indicated by how quickly and forcefully he's winding his arm and how much steam is emitting from his head. Charging it still makes it stronger, but now a level 2 charge or greater adds a cartoony explosive silhouette on the punch of increasing size in a similar art style to the move from Tropical Freeze. See?
Oh, d'accord, il a changé détail esthétique, mais avec plusieurs niveaux de charge. Ah, c'est cool! Ouais, non, j'adore. C'est vrai que comme ça, ouais, on pourrait laisser, ouais.
This retool makes Kong Pao even better as DK's signature big scary attack. Instead of being restricted to
Donc, je suppose que le tonneau, c'est son attaque spéciale côté? Parce que j'ai vu la miniature quand même, donc je me doute. Voyons voir.
But it does have downsides, like taking longer to fully charge now than before, having the charge only saved at the start of each stage instead of at any time, and a level 3 or 4 punch has greater end lag. Next is DK's side special. How about something like...
Ah? Ah non, ok, il a conservé le... Ok. Ouais, non, il a conservé le ton Donkey Kong. Bon, j'ai déjà expliqué ce que je pensais de ça dans le premier épisode de Super Smash Bros. Rubrique chipotage, donc ouais, ça m'étonne pas. Moving spinning Kong over to the side special lets it still work as a multi-hit armored punish with utility as a horizontal recovery move a la Tatsu, while freeing up DK's main recovery move to be something else. Still has its old weaknesses, easily punished if it misses, doesn't gain. Donc voyons voir c'est quoi son attaque spéciale haut. Je suppose que c'est un coup de canon. That's less of a problem. This does mean DK doesn't have his headbutt anymore, so he does miss out on a way to break shields, is what I would say, but a fully charged Kong Pao can still... Ouais, non, c'est... So if spinning Kong isn't his up special... Tonneau de canon, je parie. Well, DKC fans, I have good news for you, because we're finally using something... Voilà. ...more overtly inspired by his games. Barrel cannons have been part of Donkey Kong Country since the beginning as a means of long-distance travel. We've even seen them in some of his stages in Smash, and one served as an item in Melee. And it's that design we'll be using here. On use, a Kong-sized barrel with one opening and an arrow painted on appears around DK, pointed diagonally up and forward in whichever direction he was facing, and he sticks his head out with a determined expression and grips the rim with his hands. For the next second, you can adjust the barrel's angle up and down to lock in the exact flight path you want. Once time's up, or if you press A or B early, the barrel launches DK like a cannonball in the direction it's pointing. Going nearly as far as Pit's recovery, if not interrupted, this drastically improves a big guy's ability to get back to the stage. Ouais.
It even has a strong hitbox on the barrel as it launches, destroying the barrel in the process, and a hitbox of decent strength on DK himself mid-flight as he's curled up in a ball. A precision recovery with a wide range of angles, barrel cannon almost
Ok,
completely
donc...
removes one of DK's biggest weak points.
Ouais, j'ai déjà un peu expliqué ce que j'en pensais. J'ai envie de dire pourquoi pas. Mais ouais, peut-être que c'est mieux ainsi. Bon, après, je me suis déjà expliqué. Après, est-ce que je regrette ce que j'ai fait? Non. Mais voilà. Une minute. On fait pause. Qu'est-ce qu'il a dit pour le temps il a parlé de l'angle de tir. Voyons voir.
I did say almost, though, because this move still has some drawbacks. Over half a second of startup means it can get interrupted before the launch if anyone's too close. The cannon's angle can only be adjusted about 60 degrees.
Voilà, 60 degrés, ok. Je vois, ouais, c'est... Moi, je trouve ça un peu bizarre, mais pourquoi pas. Hein. Enfin, c'est pour ça que j'ai pas fait ainsi. C'est pourquoi j'avais pas fait ainsi dans mes modifications à moi. Attaque spéciale bas, tonneau. Voilà, ouais. Barrel drop.
Barrels has been a Kong thing ever since his gramps did it in the arcade game, and this Donkey Kong is just as known for it. On use, DK stops in place and holds one arm up above his head, and a barrel with a DKC-style design, not the same as the generic item, poofs into existence a full hop height above. The barrel drops down after a small amount of hang time, and DK catches it in his hand effortlessly and prepares to throw it. Press B again, or any forward or downward direction on the stick, and he flings the barrel forward like it's nothing, traveling quickly and rolling along the ground once it lands. Or if you press an upward angle, he lobs the barrel instead, covering the air immediately ahead of him. Once it reaches the ground or a platform, it also rolls, but not as quickly. Oh, and did I mention the barrels are particularly strong once thrown, and have enough health to tank one hit from weaker attacks or projectiles without breaking? Barrel drop gives DK an orthodox projectile that opponents, even zoners, must respect and play around, though it's kept in check by the sheer length of both parts of its animation.
Ouais, forcément, ce qu'il a fait là. Moi, je pense que je préfère un tout petit peu l'exécution que j'avais pensé moi, en fait. Pour le coup. Mais là, c'est qu'une question de goût.
It's not very strong. Can sometimes work as a platform trap, but DK has better alternatives. If there's a platform between the spawn point and DK's hand, the barrel can't.
Donc là, je suppose que l'attaque, que le final smash va pas trop changer. Mais bon.
All right, what about his final smash? His current one's kind of generic, even if you realize it's inspired by
il a décidé de le changer.
The truth is, this one doesn't need a total replacement either. All it needs is a touch-up.
Ah si, ok, non, ok. Oh oui,
Strengthened even further by the smash ball, DK winds up and throws a powerful punch that pulls him forward a dash length. If he hits someone, specifically the first opponent who gets caught, the screen darkens and spotlights fall upon them.
Oui, comme dans les Donkey Kong Country Returns. Ouais, excellent.
And if you mash the A and B buttons, he punches even faster for greater damage. Then he pauses, winds up again, and delivers an uppercut so strong it could send his opponent clear across.
Ouais, non, c'est parfait.
The poor soul is at 100% or higher before the final punch. He literally sends them flying into the background for an instant star KO.
Woohoo!
That's strong. There we are, a revamped take on Donkey Kong's moveset that fine-tunes the parts of his kit that already work while refreshing his specials. He's still a super heavy grappler with a ton of power who's vulnerable when in a disadvantaged state, but now his strengths are more well-rounded and his weak points less debilitating.
Eh ben, c'était super. Ah, il me déçoit jamais.
And that's despite the stuff I considered using but ultimately left out.
Ah, qu'est-ce que tu... Ouais, non. On est d'accord.
Reference, but didn't gel with his playstyle well enough to keep. Sometimes it works better not to go for a reference if it makes the overall design less cohesive. So, how does he look?
Ouais, non.
The DK mains in the crowd, or the massive amount of people who pull him out for fun sometimes, think about this one. And if you were entertained enough, catch a ride from Funky over to my channel page for other videos like this. I do a lot of Smash Brothers and speculative stuff in similar styles. So
eh ben dis donc, là pour le coup, encore une fois, il m'a pas déçu. Vous voyez pourquoi je dis que j'aime bien ce qu'il fait? Enfin, pourquoi je le montre comme une de mes influences principales. Franchement, c'est... Et encore une fois, il me fait... Et encore une fois, bon, la qualité de son travail me fait vraiment... me fait vraiment... comment dire, me fait complètement changer ma manière de penser et aussi ma... Mince. Ça me remet en question, voilà. Oh, tous... Je sais pas parler. Je suis un bouffon. Non. Non, vous voyez aussi vous voyez l'occasion à quel point je suis aussi très... j'ai pas de confiance en moi et dans ce que je fais. Enfin bref. Qu'est-ce qui... à chaque fois, je perds mes mots quand je pars en live comme ça. J'ai pas de filtre. Enfin bref, c'était une expérience très intéressante. J'espère que ça vous a plu. Et à la prochaine. Je vais essayer de finir mes prochains Moveset aussitôt que possible.